ending the buy phase here soon. No bandits up on the board.
Toxins going up.
And only 4 ghosts distributed across the entire lobby.
Toxin screen down.
Looking like Clove may be meeting Troy here soon. Not quite though. Going through the smoke here. Definitely playing quickly here is Troy, trying to get on site quickly so they can get this spike down. Already planting. Squiddy going to take Kanji out there. Vicna taking Spectre though, making that man count even. And Koiva going to take Vicna out. Koiva also going to take Mask Man. 2 there for Koiva. And looking pretty handily taking sight here. Squiddy going to watch this entrance here. Neon playing aggressive high. Soma also coming in, trying to cut off that walk-in from Squiddy. Also taking the smoke for him so that he has an opportunity to play a bit closer. And not really looking like they're going to be able to do much in time here. Getting a nice headshot there is Squiddy. And going to get another one on Neon. Is Squiddy getting 3 kills there on Koiva 2. Really good round for Troy there. They played quickly, getting that A side control before really Missouri even knew what was happening. It looked like, you know, 2 were back to site so late that by the time they had even started taking it, the spike was already ticked halfway down. And Troy just winning their gunfights. Koiva watching this backside as people rotated off through mid from B. So really great job there by Troy to be able to get the job done. And looking to potentially do the same here. Falling through that mid at first. And then allowing themselves to play up through that A. But now 2 Missouri players playing on that mid section. I guess anticipating Troy potentially. Vi is going to stick to A though. On that wall. Not sure exactly what they might be doing. 2 walls up though for the Vipers. So not a lot of map visibility here. Though the walls aren't necessarily up blocking visibility now. Regardless, you do have to take that into account. Neon getting aggressive here. Garrett going to handle him. And falling back off of that pick. Taking his man count and leaving. Looking like a split here. Board taking the charge onto B. And Squiddy now TPing back towards spawn. Looking like we are going to be seeing a B take here with this man count. Viper there for Missouri going to be watching that B side. And getting in quickly there is Garrett. Everybody getting on site. Garrett going to get Mask Man off the board. Another pick for Troy.
30 seconds left.
And watching this backside here as Vise walks up his board. Now going to go take his space there in heaven. Garrett going to do the backside watching. An engagement to happen soon here. Not really confident walking in is Kanji. Kind of waiting to see if somebody might get a little aggressive, but not looking like it's going to happen. And perhaps going to let the spike go off, see if they can just get some Troy players to die with it too, because not really an opportunity to take it. Garrett going to peek around into Vise. Garrett going to take Kanji, but Kanji will take Spectre. To no difference in the round though. Troy going to take this second round. A lot of people dying on site there with the spike. Again, really good there. Although it seemed not really the same thing we saw there from Troy. Typically, early on in these rounds, if something works so well as it did in that first round, you kind of go back and try it again, see how the other team adjusts, and if you can abuse it. But no, Troy goes ahead and switches plans. They go towards that A side and get a pretty quick pick there in mid to Garrett, getting that Neon off the board quickly. A duelist gone, allowing them to kind of hit sight when not much retake capability. Garrett going to take charge through mid here. Getting aggressive with these dashes, trying to take that space as soon as he can. Confident nobody would be playing here. Peeking through, Squiddy coming with. And looking like they do want to stick to sight is Missouri. Squiddy wanting to get in quickly here. Popping that clone, but not really in any place that he can get much utility off of it. Except for the information through the smoke that nobody will be playing there. shooting through that wall, seeing if somebody will be playing that close angle. We see Kanji playing here, going to take Squiddy off the board,
Carrier kill.
as well as Spectre. Koiva going to trade off Kanji, though. In a 3-4 man count, Troy. Looking like Garrett almost was able to get a kill there through the smoke. Not quite, though. Definitely some damage. 30 seconds on the clock for Troy. Board still playing on that backside flank watch.
Our spike's down.
And Koiva going to be
Spike
taken
down
out
A.
by Mask there. Leaving Garrett on his own here on this right side of A side. Board going to collapse as well. Give it whatever they can, but going to be picked there.
10 seconds left.
Garrett was able to get one back. We didn't quite catch it now. Going to jump into sight. Almost got a pick there. Kind of just forced to do something. Unfortunately there, Troy getting picked while hitting sight. There was just so many Missouri players there pushing into preset positions, especially with pretty good utility there by Missouri. Not much you're really going to be able to do in that situation. And then again, also Troy, as I just had mentioned, not really able to get the picks that they were while hitting sight. We saw Squiddy there jumping around that corner, not able to get that one on Kanji, which went ahead and lowered Troy's man count. Spectre being taken quickly after, attempting to go for a trade had Squiddy been taken out, but not going to get it done. We saw Clove there playing that mid long angle with the wall up, waiting on somebody to walk through. Looks like Troy not going to bite, though. Spectre here on the fade, using that utility to see if somebody was playing that close, but not. And Garrett not so sure that somebody has left that mid here, going to see if he can get another pick here like he had done against that Neon early. Some pot shots going off here for board. And again, that slow take, playing off of any information they can get quickly. We see 3 here on that B side. Koiva going to be walking towards A here, going to get picked off by Soma. Squiddy going to get the trade, though, leaving A relatively open. I say that now, but rotating back 3 is Missouri. Now going towards mid is Fade. And going to play for this rotation through mid, Garrett. Potentially a pick coming soon here for him if Fade commits to this mid rotation. Not really sure of themselves. Garrett going to get that pick. Indeed, looking like Troy's going to have to make a decision, opting to go B here. And only Vi's going to be here. Garrett getting a nice kill there. Good dash for him. Spike going down.
10 seconds left.
And having to rotate quick now is Missouri.
1 enemy remaining.
Squiddy going to get that kill on Neon. Clove all on their Losum here in their spawn. Looking like they may not make an attempt to sight. Save this Vandal they have and wait and see what they can get done next round. Troy, very, very effective this round in their ability to just play slowly, play patiently off of information and get that early trade Squiddy did. And that caused Missouri to kind of panic, knowing that A was very open after losing that Viper playing there. So what they caused them to do was rotate 3 that way. But then Troy rotating through that mid, getting B essentially for free. Garrett taking Vi's off the board. Again, everything worked out there for Troy. Played excellently, played patiently. A good round for Garrett. Looking at that scoreboard afterwards, Garrett 6-1, Squiddy 5-1, having a really, really nice pick-me-up from his previous game. I didn't mention it, but looking back on ETSU and Haven as well, Squiddy not yet going positive in a game for Troy. We know that Squiddy is the newest player here for Troy. And yeah, a bit of struggles, especially on that Pearl going 5-17. But again, looking here, 5-1, a decent pick-me-up here for Squiddy, which is what we love to see, especially after having such a bad game. And not just him himself, but Troy decidedly losing that ETSU really does show they were pretty resilient in their ability to just keep their heads up, right? Coming into this game, opening up the floodgates, getting a lot of really good rounds, even the ones they're losing. Well, good team play, just positioning by the defense, not going to allow that round to be won. And of course, seeing here, I didn't mention the timeout coming here for Missouri, which is most likely due to the fact that these rounds are pretty decided, and it's not so much that they're just losing gunfights over and over. It's just great positioning and play by Troy in terms of where they decide to push based off the information they're given by Missouri. I'm sure they're probably going to bring up the fact that they had rotated a bit early on that A side to lose that last round. Just things like that, which are going to be noticed by a team that's locked in and playing well. Walking up 2 here is Missouri. Koiva going to be the only one playing on this A side. Neon going to be walking up. Koiva taking that one. Kanji to follow. A side wide open here for Koiva. I'm not sure if he's aware, but it is. Garrett getting that kill in mid. And Soma going to take Spectre. Squiddy getting one on Fade. And so quickly here did things go downhill for Missouri. It felt like in a blink of an eye. Picks all over the board for Troy. We saw Koiva there clearing A all by himself. I'm sure that was something in the back of the mind for Missouri, but as that happened in mid there, we saw Garrett and Spectre there pinching Clove, not really allowing her much opportunity to do anything to actually help the effort for Missouri. And then Squiddy getting that last pick. Viper left and a 1v4 very quickly. An amazing round there for Troy, especially Koiva here playing on his own, getting walked up on. He definitely anticipated, or at the least just was going to give it the time it deserved to see if they would try it. And one thing I will mention here is Missouri's not really set on a way of play. They have been changing constantly. From playing aggressive to playing passive. We see Squiddy here peeking in. That outlaw here for Spectre. Not going to continue to playing that mid section though. And Koiva holding this A side. Troy looking like they were going to rotate for a bit, perhaps fake rotating, trying to get Missouri to do the same. But not really to any avail. Missouri definitely sticking to holding their positions. Vi's going to put up that wall, not let Koiva through. And looking like he might opt to just go back and rejoin Troy on B here.
Seconds left.
And a lot of utility being dumped here as the site gets taken. Garrett and Squiddy getting their picks. Board getting another one. Floodgates opening for Troy here and rotating back as quick as they possibly can. Probably not to any avail though is Missouri. I mean, we saw there, we could hear it as well. The utility being absolutely dumped for Troy and playing off of it effectively. Vicna here going to be able to get Spectre with that outlaw in his hands. Coming through mid. Koiva going to take Kanji out. And getting another one on Vicna to close this round out for Troy. 5-1 lead. A really, really good round. Another one of those patient ones. A bit of mind play, you could even say, on Troy's part here. We saw they're playing heavily on that B side, falling back and then coming for the utility dump. Missouri, while not changing their positions, definitely not confident in what Troy might have done that round. Vi sticking to that A side, putting up that wall. Koiva rotating off of it, but Vi's not doing the same, leaving only 3 versus 5 there on B side. Clove as well, just deciding that they're going to play on that mid position. Garrett playing on top of the box, seeing if he potentially can get a pick here in mid. Troy not really changing how they're playing positioning wise early on in the round. Sending this 2 mid, 2 B, and Koiva on his own on A. Looking like Board's going to be able to get a pick there and walk away with it. But Garrett going to go down there. Spectre as well. Not quite able to catch it. Now Troy in a 3v4 situation here. Board was able to get his quick pick and back. For a moment there, Troy had that man advantage, but Garrett and Spectre being taken out there in that mid. And looking at the positioning, it's just a 2-2 split here on B and A for Missouri. Troy going to have to pick a side. Either way, full pushing one or the other does give them man advantage on site. 2 ults on the board for Troy as well.
Who's next?
And exactly what Squiddy's going to be doing with that, with this dimensional
30
rift.
seconds
Plant a
left.
spike.
Getting that information, Troy needs to get in. Koiva going to take one out there. Squiddy getting another one. 1v3, going to follow this Clove, not let her stay up. Not sure how he's going to be able to drop this plant. Looking like he may be able to thread the needle here. Able to get it down. Getting back with 30 HP to his name and a Phantom. Let's see how Squiddy plays this one. 1v2 situation.
Time to jump.
And getting shot through the wall there by Salma's Odin is Squiddy. Unfortunate there for Troy. Really close there, though. I can say that. Especially, I mean, actually pretty unfortunate there. Getting shot through the wall. Although, to be fair, might have been predicted by Salma there. But regardless, I mean, getting the plant down after taking the site. Definitely hanging on by a thread after taking that site. Squiddy able to nearby get the job done after seeing those 2 quick picks go up on the board. Squiddy left in a 1v1 on site, getting that one rotating quickly from B, Viper and Neon. But settling down nicely. Able to retake. And I mean, again, that round from the start wasn't one that Troy, I'm sure, was 100% expecting to win. Down 3-4 after board getting his quick pick, but mid being eliminated very quickly. Not really giving Missouri anything to worry about through that mid. But playing quickly here, board able to get that pick there on Vise. Vicna playing that backside, shooting through the wall, seeing if he can get a pick on the planter. Not going to happen though. And now Troy going to settle in here. Play this plant. Viper Koiva here holding that mid. Garrett going to get that pick. 2 now holding the mid. Clove not pushing with the team though. Selma getting bored off the board. That rhymed. And a lot of smoke on site. Nobody really able to see anything. Garrett going to get Vicna. Spike going off soon. Get off of sight. Save your guns is what Troy is going to do. Missouri doing the same. Pretty good effort there by Missouri to be able to get a few picks, especially Salma playing that Odin. Garrett going to come through the mid, though, and take them. They were most certainly not expecting that, which actually, that is pretty important. Losing that Odin is not going to be good there whatsoever for Missouri. I mean, looking at the economy here, having to opt for mostly pistols, Salma, despite the fact that he will be left with 700 credits, still going to be playing that Odin with heavy shields. 2 sheriffs there for Missouri. And Neon, Vicna going to stay on those classics. No shields at all. Not really worried about it. I'm sure Troy is aware of this. Going to be playing this economy advantage. Wanting to play quickly here is Troy, but that wall going to go up. Garrett getting in quick, getting that information. Board coming in. Getting one through the smoke was Garrett.
Portal closed.
Kanji going to take Garrett off the board, though, after that. Board being picked early there on site.
Out of charges.
Squiddy able to get Kanji on that backside. Another one in mid.
1 enemy remaining.
Koiva going to take Neon off the board. Now got to go get the spike left back where the initial engagement happened. Rotating through mid all by themselves here. Salma.
Spike planted.
And Koiva effectively going to just secure this round in terms of where Salma could be coming from. Dropping that ult, knowing that nobody will be anywhere near site for quite a bit of time. Looking like Salma not even going to attempt to retake that side, especially knowing that that ult just went down. Really all you can look for is a Troy player lurking, trying to find a pick. Going to sit here, yeah, and play by himself. Although, to be fair, playing this far away, even if you were to be looking for a pick, not going to really grant you one. Because I wouldn't see a player rotating this far away to try to save themselves from the spike. And yeah, that round ending pretty quickly there. Actually, really, really good for Troy. Going down 3-4 there. We saw Squiddy getting Kanji off the board, playing that B side, that back side. Not even looking at him, really, but I guess Kanji must have not been looking either. And then again, through that mid, Squiddy getting another one. Neon going down by Koiva. Getting the plant down, holding the site. Soma not really giving an attempt, so not much to say on that. But regardless, really, really good by Troy here. Looking like Soma going to walk up here with that Odin. Drop his wall. And then, yeah, play that side position. Mask Man staying on that left side. I wonder if he saw Vikna through the smoke there. I don't know if Koiva actually saw it. Engagement happening here on Troy, though, as I say that, so not really anything you can say. Vikna shooting Koiva in the back, though. Surprised he didn't see that. Maybe a POV or FOV thing. Garrett going to be having to sit on this entrance to site. Not really much Troy can do here, being down 2. Especially Garrett going to stay playing this side. Not really anybody coming after him, despite the fact that he is, or has some damage on him. 2 ults, though, to Troy's name. Same with Missouri. Kanji getting some shots here on Squiddy. Low now. And it feels like this round, Missouri's been kind of everywhere. Troy not really knowing. Again, I'm still kind of confused as to how Koiva wasn't able to see Clove cross over that wall. I'm going to assume, though, that that most certainly was an FOV thing. Squiddy going to finish the job there on Kanji. Pushing on site here. Troy definitely has a chance here. Pushing into site. Garrett going to take Neon off the board. Dropping this plant here. Board shooting through the smoke. Getting some damage on Vikna. But Vikna will be taking Garrett. And Board getting 3 there. Going to go ahead and end the round for Troy. Missouri just walking in. Was not expecting that to happen so quick. Oh my goodness, just dropping the plant there in the direct line of sight of Missouri, relying on Garrett to hold his walk-in, and Garrett doing a great job of that. But, I mean, Vikna getting taken off the board there. I kind of expected Board to maybe play a little back, but no, he stood his ground, getting 3 picks there. Round starting soon. Playing what they've been playing most of the time here. Playing up close here. Going to get Vikna off the board. Another one. 2 here in mid. Soma all on his lonesome. Going to take Spectre, though. Garrett coming around the corner. Absolutely on fire, Garrett. Leaving no room for Missouri. Koiva going to go ahead and get another one here on A by themselves, Mask Man. And what can you do, Mask Man? I mean, not a great position to be in. Your team just got picked off very quickly. Going to take Board off the board. I actually love saying that. Board off the board. I never thought to say that. Now, Mask Man kind of showing some resistance, so I say that. Will I eat my words? Taking 2 now, though he is very low. So not an amazing situation to be in, but I mean, regardless, still potentially some life here. Going to have to pick a side to push into if he wants to. Saw Neon disconnecting there. Definitely some technical difficulties on his side, unfortunately for Missouri. And just going to play relaxed. Garrett getting the pick on Mask Man. I mean, what can you say? Garrett absolutely on fire there that round. Let's real quick take a look here. 18-4. Oh my goodness. Garrett is absolutely on fire. And mind you, even if Troy just continues to win these rounds and close this game out, this is only 9 round wins in for Troy. 11 rounds in. Not even the end of the first half. And looking like we're going to, have to go on to a bit of a tech better. You absolutely love to see that from Troy. Getting back here. Timer ticking down again. 3 ults on the board for Troy. 3 on the board for Missouri. Now, thinking about playmaking, other than the Omen ult, You have two duelists sitting here with their ultimate abilities on this attacking round, looking to close it out quickly here on this last round. Definitely going to see some usage out of these ults, so I mean, there's no reason to save him. Koiva getting an insanely fast pick. Oh my goodness, wasn't expecting that. Looking to play very aggressive. Spectre going to get another one through mid. And looking to just take space here is Troy as quick as they possibly can. Koiva sitting here on this A side all on his lonesome. Forward taking Salma after Salma takes Squiddy. And looking to be playing in heaven here is Mask Man. Not really sure exactly, or not heaven, but playing in that mid. Koiva going to be taking Kanji off the board. And I mean, I missed it all. But Troy was able to get basically just a free round there, methodically taking everybody out. Salma able to get Squiddy off the board early there. Playing that mid position, but Board backing him up, playing from behind, able to get that kill. And that is going to close out that first attacking round, leaving it 10-2 for Troy. Going into their defense, absolutely amazing. Actually, does suck that I didn't get a lot of stuff on camera there for Troy. Was an amazing round to close it out. But regardless, thinking about how they're going to play this defense, we saw for sure the technical ability is here tonight. Everybody seems to be warmed up. And it looks like they're going to be needing it soon here. Especially Spectre and Koiva here. 4 players looking to want to collapse here on B side as quick as humanly possible. Koiva playing this entrance here. And a lot going on here. Spectre able to get one. Koiva not quite able to get another one though. Vikna going to take Spectre off the board. Walking around the corner, Vikna taking Koiva. And a free sight here for Missouri.
Spike planted.
Salma getting some shots off there on Squiddy, but not enough to get him done. Kanji going to take him out. Falling one by one here is Troy. Garrett here not quite able to get a shot off there. Board getting one through this mid. Getting another one there. Garrett walking up at the same time. Not quite able to get the job done there against Vikna. Kanji taking board. And, I mean, really pretty good take there by Missouri. Collapsing on that B side. Fully. Only 2 players standing there for Troy. Being Spectre and Koiva here. And again, looking like they're going to play that side again. Maybe shade somebody a little closer. Board on that Omen, shading a little closer, perhaps. But again, just really good take there. Using their utility effectively. Getting those flashes off. Allowing them to walk into sight. Not able to get their pick. Spectre getting one. Getting traded off. Koiva not able to get another one there. And looking like for a moment there, Garrett and Board showing life there. But not quite able to get the round done, clutch it up. And as we're seeing here, A side is 100% free for Missouri. Going to go ahead and take that. And Troy going to have a retake on their hands.
Spike planted.
With the Bucky playing it very cautiously here. Garrett not quite sure where they might have set up to defend this side here. Salma going to take Koiva off the board. Squiddy looking for another one. Garrett going to take Mask Man with the Bucky. Salma getting bored. Everybody falling here.
Last player standing.
And Salma going to take Spectre. And Squiddy going to be probably collapsed on here soon. Taking Kanji though. Rub salt in the wound. Not able to get Vikna though. Going to finish the job and another attacking win for Missouri. Showing a lot of life on this attacking half. Especially there. Taking A side essentially for free. Which allowed them to continue holding it. And they didn't really play any aggressive positions while holding. They definitely played a bit more passively, allowing Troy to walk up on their retake. And even though Garrett, with that Bucky in his hands, looking to go and get the job done there on site, not really much you can do. Again, that's not the most common thing in the world to have a 5-man take on site and then matching that up with a 5-man retake. But alas, Troy here going to be playing this third attacking round, looking to change something. Stop Missouri from playing so quickly. Board seeing if Salma would walk up here. Looking like Missouri's a bit indecisive as to what they want to do, potentially rotating through mid, where Garrett will be playing. Garrett getting one. Vikna going to trade him. Spectre getting one on Vikna, though. Walking through that mid to go ahead and get that extra angle there. Off on Missouri. And Koiva walking up here on mid as well. Taking any space he can. And looking to be wanting to go ahead and start taking sight here. Squiddy going to get Mask Man.
Spike down A.
Salma going to take Squiddy off the board. Forward coming up though. Getting Kanji down. Salma all there by himself. No Spike either. Spike being literally on the other side of sight. Not really much of a way Salma can get this one back. And looking like they just want their kill. Troy going after Salma. Spectre going to get it. And I mean, very, very good there by Troy to be able to rotate effectively, especially Spectre through that mid, getting that pick there while Missouri was still playing that mid, which gave them that man advantage early, and then kind of forced a disoriented Missouri to focus all their resources towards that A side where Board was already set up, Squiddy as well. So not really allowing anything to happen there for Missouri, especially Garrett playing that mid, taking Neon off the board, no duelist to be able to make any big plays with. Though 5 men on A side here. Board going to be playing the box position, getting one, getting another one. Vikna reviving Squiddy, getting one as well.
No charges.
Going to be traded off though. Squiddy now Board, at least for the time being, by himself here on this A side. Vikna not able to get the revive or get the kill for his revive. And playing that entrance walk in is Koiva.
One enemy
Getting that one. And Mask Man going down as well. Koiva getting 2 there. Amazing job by Board to hold down the fort. Go ahead and take 2 away from Missouri. Squiddy getting 1 as well. And while Squiddy getting traded off, that's a 3-to-1 trade in terms of ratio. So Missouri not really able to do much there, especially when you think about it from the player's point of view. Losing 3 players so quickly is never going to be a feel-good moment for your team. So, I mean, again, right there, what we saw, Board holding down the fort, and then Koiva playing that late defense, not letting anybody walk in, not even anybody getting through the gate there on A side. An amazing defense there by Troy, and Garrett, Squiddy with some definite company soon here. Squiddy getting 1.
Spike down mid.
Going to be traded off there. Garrett going to get another one, not looking in the right direction. Mask Man going to take Squiddy. 20 HP here in mid is Koiva. And an even man count here, though Koiva is very low. Able to get a little bit of damage there on Fade. I say a little bit, quite a lot. Fade low now. And looking to hope to see if they could have caught Troy off guard here. Troy anticipating it though, playing this B-side quickly. Viper not coming to play with Missouri. Salma looking like he wants to stay on this midsection. Board coming around now. Aware of each other's presence. And definitely wanting to stop this rotate before it even happens. Board. Mask Man.
30 seconds left.
Not quite looking in the right direction. Board potentially getting a few picks here once this smoke goes down. 1. Not getting that other one. 2-2 man count here. Already back on site though.
Last player
Troy.
standing.
Spectre going to go down there. low.
Spike
Unfortunate for Koiva here.
Face your fear.
Though, hanging on by a thread, Neon.
One enemy
Getting one there in a 1v1 situation here to win the game. Koiva, 20 HP, nobody with any health. Getting the job done. Koiva going to close out this first game here tonight for Troy by a score of 13-2.
Defenders win.
Great composure there. Great composure there for Koiva to be able to be so low, not quite sure how much HP Neon was, and still be confident in swinging and taking that gunfight, knowing that he was so low. 22-8 game there for Garrett. Squiddy waking up. This is exactly what we wanted to see out of him. 17-9 game, an amazing bounce back. And then Koiva even 16-7, absolutely on fire. Everybody during this game. I'm a big break to get ready. And again, Koiva going to be playing this garage side, potentially 3 Kettering players coming in here, getting all up in his face, but he may be able to get some early picks here. Not quite able to get one. Some damage there on Viper, though. And looking like a full 5-side take here for Kettering. Squiddy also going to be playing this side with Koiva. Michigan man going to take board. Koiva able to get one back.
Spike
Playing that mid, planting in that B side. Garrett going to take Jawa. Squiddy taking Michigan.
One enemy remaining.
Definitely getting the job done here on this retake. Troy, one left. That's going to be Squiddy's. 3 kills for Squiddy on this first round of Haven. And again, definitely living up to the expectations that we have for Troy on Haven. Absolutely excellent.
I'll do the rest.
Getting that early pick there. Well, not early pick necessarily, but getting that early damage was Koiva, allowing them to really have a bit of an upper hand. I know Koiva was definitely aware of the fact that he got damaged, but the highlight really was just Squiddy's ability to get those picks, playing that duelist. We know he struggled a bit last time, and now coming out swinging here. Everybody playing well positioned. Garrett coming around that backside, pinching Kettering, not really allowing anything to slip through the cracks for Troy. Spectre now getting tagged up. So is Garrett going to be tagged up there by that Marshall, I believe. Unfortunate, but looking like Spectre was able to get at least one shot off before that happening. Now going to get to play a little bit more passive. Kettering is definitely realizing that their fast playstyle did not work that last time. So pushing through the sewers, Garrett looking away just at the wrong time and going to be a bit unlucky for him. Spectre here playing this side, though he does get concussed. Dart in hand, getting taken out there quickly. Squiddy coming around this backside as fast as they can. Board going up to Heaven to take that good position for a retake. Board clearing Heaven. Now got a good angle. Ricky playing low though. Koiva going to get one back. B1 trying to wrap around the back, not really able to do it effectively. Jawa going to take board down. Koiva getting Jawa, but Ricky going to take Koiva there. Thrifty by the attackers, and I can say I agree. Definitely a good take by them to be able to push a little slower. Most certainly unlucky for Garrett to not be looking. Just a lack of right place, wrong time. Or, well, a right place, wrong time is what it amounted to, is what I mean to say, because, again, he's sitting there with the sniper in hand, but coming through sewer are 2 Kettering players and just looking away. And when you peek back into that, of course, especially with that scope, you're not going to have the advantage in that gunfight. So getting taken out quickly there, and very, really good, really good, that's a bit odd to say. Very good utility there by the Omen for Kettering to be able to concuss Spectre and get on site for free. And speaking of getting on site for free, Seaside looks to be free here for Kettering. Nobody playing close enough to rotate effectively. HB going to take Spectre. Koiva not able to get one and board there while getting one. Ricky getting a 4K there against Troy. Really, really well played. looking like they dropped that plant down and instantly ran through that garage side. Not waiting at all, almost getting on the attack as soon as they were able to. Wanting to play very aggressive, which definitely, despite the fact not working that first round, it looks to me that once that spike is down and they have not even necessarily a man count advantage, but just guys on the board, because again, when they got that plant down in that garage side, on that B side, they were already down to just 2 players. Squiddy here. Playing this far side. Garrett going to get 1. HB going to take board out. Looks like Garrett's going to have a fight on his hands. Shaq low. Peeking around the corner. Squiddy going to get 1 with that op. Getting 1 here. Garrett. Koiva getting another one. And finishing out the round for Troy. Garrett really well played there. Able to push back. Hold those good positions. Not get too antsy and push upwards. Knowing that there were going to be people there. Garrett very, very composed. Letting the round play out. You can kind of just see how Troy settled in there despite the fact they went down a bit early there. Especially Squiddy getting revealed on that sniper. He still got his pick there with that operator. Garrett, of course, getting that 1, then 2 to close out the round. Really well played by them. Looking like, again, playing this long angle on A. Spectre. We know this didn't really work for him last time. Taking a lot of damage. Garrett going to get that early pick in mid. He absolutely loves playing mid. Shaq, though, going to get 1 back on board. Taking some damage by B1 Garrett. And Kettering, most likely knowing how they've been playing, probably not going to waste any time to pick a site and go. But definitely playing a little slower here, potentially going to that A side, going up through sewer we see here. Kettering trying to clear out A side. Garrett. Inspector waiting though. And it's kind of just a matter of when they decide to go. Flooding now. Going to be going up through that heaven. Is Spectre trying to get that information. Ricky will be looking though. Going to take out Spectre there. Shaq playing close on the smoke. Now playing hell.
Doing a thing.
Squiddy going to take the position that Spectre held just a moment ago. Down to 5 HP. Koiva now going to get 1. Peeking there. Not quite able to get Ricky off the board. Getting another one. HB Garrett getting 1. Knowing Ricky's playing on this position. Koiva getting the job done. Can they get the defuse off? It's going to be really, really close. Oh my goodness, Troy. That retake was absolutely amazing by them. Ricky holding that heaven with the operator. That did not phase Koiva at all, though. Despite the fact that Squiddy went down there to 5 HP, getting finished off by the Neon. Dropping down. Koiva got in there, got his pick, got another one coming from sewer there. And then Garrett getting that final one, playing on site. Ricky going to be playing by himself here near this A long, right where we see Spectre positioned. And Koiva, once he was able to secure that last kill on Ricky, it was just a down to, do we have the time to get that defuse off? And we definitely did. Absolutely stellar by Troy. Playing this long angle here as he has been. Spectre not really wanting to play there, though, where he was originally. Oh, I missed it. Spectre getting a pick there, though. Now falling back, as he should, playing this defensive portion. Now, nobody really biting on this sewer here. Looking like B1 maybe, but he's kind of being a bit antsy about it. Garrett going to be waiting on him, whiffing a bit there. Not able to get the kill. And Ricky going to come through up with the operator. Oof. Really could have used that one there, Garrett. Jawa now going to help flood the site. Playing this back position. Spectre not going to get it done. Killjoy going to go down there for Troy. Giving us an opportunity here to close out this round. Lockdown though getting destroyed there. Really good utility use of Squiddy taking 1. 3-on-3 here. Playing with this decay. Ricky going to take Koiva there. Now board going to be taken out by Ricky. And B1 waiting there for Squiddy to walk through the wall. And again, getting taken out there. For a time there, it looked like Troy had an opportunity with that Killjoy. But we saw there, Jawa with that ult, despite the fact it's 3 and 5, really putting in his work. That was an amazing ult by him to destroy that Killjoy. Because that going down would have most certainly ensured the loss of this round for Kettering.
There.
So really you have to give it to an amazing ult by him. And then again, unfortunately, Garrett not quite able to get B1 off the board in that sewer initially, being taken out by Ricky. Spectre, same there. Though he got that early pick on Long, it wasn't enough to win the round there. Now Ricky playing that Long like Squiddy was, going to be taking him out. Revealed here will be Koiva, now having to fall back quickly here. Amazing utility usage here by Kettering. Omen concussion going through the wall. Board jumping around. Getting a Bucky pot shot off. HB going to take Garrett though. Michigan definitely watching board. Not really much he can do here. Ricky going to take Spectre off the board. Getting one board. And really, what can you do there? I mean, he got one, getting that economy a bit worse, but no choice but to really jump around, shooting, hoping you can get something going there. Unfortunately, early on there, we saw Squiddy getting taken down, playing that long angle by Ricky, and then Ricky occupying the spot now. You know, once you lose that sniper duel there on C Long, it kind of becomes a matter of who just wants to start pushing upwards. And of course, the attackers are going to be the ones taking that space if the defenders want to play that more passive, actual defender style of play. So again, once Ricky takes out Squiddy down there on that long angle, all Kettering has to do is walk up with the cover of Ricky and gives them essentially a free sight there on C. Very hard to take that. The drone coming in here from Jawa, aware of Squiddy's presence. Perhaps not Koiva though. Garrett going to be playing tucked here, seeing if he can find somebody to walk and not check this corner. Coming up through sewer soon here. Shaq. And going to take his drone down through sewer. Aware of at least two playing there. Jawa going to take Garrett off the board. Checking his corners, paying off. Killjoy going to go down here on this A side. Spectre now going to go up into heaven, take up this position. We know Jawa will be watching this though. A matter of if we're able to get that pick here on Spectre. And the same going through Spectre's head, I'm sure, is if he's able to get that pick. Dimensional Rift going down here, getting the information as to who is playing where on site. Spectre going to get one. Shaq, though, taking two. Spectre all by himself here in heaven. Not able to finish off Shaq there or Jawa. And going to lose the round pretty quickly there. Though Troy did play together, you have to give them that. They didn't all die one by one. Going down together there, you saw Koiva board pushing in quickly together. But not quite enough to be able to get the job done. And again, playing that heaven side Spectre, able to get one early, but then flooded Ricky Jawa, both looking at the same angle. Not really much you can do unless you hit two nice headshots. Even then, though, he's going to be in a 1v2 situation. So, not much he can really do there. Still good effort and way to play together. Now, Shaq going to take Squiddy off this board, playing insanely aggressive, taking their space. Kettering absolutely loving to play this fast style of attack. Quite entertaining too. Gets the round moving quick. Oh, the smoke going down at the wrong time. Ricky going to take Koiva there. And waiting and seeing if he can find somebody walking down here. Not going to happen though for board. Jawa going to take Garrett down. Trying to get the dart off, was seen, but not taken out. Recon destroyed. Getting a few giblets of information there on enemy positions. Two Buckies. I mean, what can you do? Yeah, Jaw walking into two Buckies. Not a great idea, but with the spike already going off, probably not a concern for him. Spectre, not quite sure what he's going to do. Go ahead and take his death with dignity. And again, Troy not able to really get the job done in terms of holding that site. Squiddy getting taken out early there by Shaq, allowing them to flood that seaside. Koiva having to fall back because not really standing a chance against 5 flooding Kettering players. Again, that Killjoy going down. Spectre in no position to pop his ult. So, not looking good from Troy from the start there. Of course, that round didn't really look like a win. Regardless of that, though,
I need a drop. Thanks.
going to still play the same C side, except Garrett will be the one playing here. Koiva going to be playing this B side with Board, and Spectre not changing positions here. Playing on this A side, but going into heaven with the teleport. Michigan, man. Spectre well aware of it, though. Board not getting the job done there. Shaq getting taken out by Spectre, traded away by Jawa. Coming up through heaven. Ricky watching this, looking away now, though. Not perfect timing. Squiddy taking a lot of damage there by Ricky. And just in a bit of a duel, catching Jawa completely off guard. Looking back, that was a bit humorous. Squiddy now by himself, though, with the operator in heaven. Going to have to push down 24 HP to his name. Not looking good for him. Spike's already been down for about half his time. Better off potentially to save this operator. Looking like Michigan Man's going to walk up here. Maybe a pick waiting for Squiddy. Not quite able to get it. And Michigan Man going to take Squiddy out. Secure that 7-3 lead there for Kettering. And good utility usage early on there by Michigan Man to teleport into that heaven. Take the attention off of his teammates. Because we know Spectre staying watching that A long here. Regardless of, as I said, using that utility to get up into heaven. Watching that A long no longer was Spectre, allowing Shaq to rush in quickly. And while being taken out by Spectre, getting traded away there. And then again, Board also dying while Michigan Man was playing that heaven position. And once Spectre had been taken out, 2 down, the 2 playing on that A side. B1 going to take Koiva off the board here. Garrett, though, getting 1 back, trading him away. Planting quick here, though. Not changing what they want to do here, playing that C side. Now, Troy here, a bit differently positioned for the retake, though. Coming 2 from garage. Squiddy not quite sure where he's going to come from. Potentially the garage as well. Looking like he's going to group up with Spectre to push that backside. Getting very aggressive, though. Garrett getting 1. Board getting another one.
One enemy remaining.
And really, really good so far for Troy here. Ricky playing that garage side. Taking out Spectre. Can Board get this defuse off. Taking some shots, though. And Squiddy going to take Ricky off the board. Really, really good retake for Troy there. I didn't really give it the credit it deserves in terms of my calling, but again, really, really good, especially Garrett. Board, I didn't quite capture it, but playing that garage tunnel position, allowing them to funnel through, getting their picks where needed. Ricky left all on his own against 3 Troy players, 4 on side. Or 4 Troy players, 3 on site. Not really going to leave many opportunities there, and while getting 1 back, not quite getting the job done. Now, Squiddy here, switching positions with Spectre. Going to be playing this A long, but with the operator in his hands. Not really looking like anybody wants to play it, though. Kettering. Potentially B1. Yeah, going up back towards the spawn now. And going to kind of stay on that mid position. Shaq playing quickly here on this C side. Koiva not able to get 1. A bit of a whiff there. Could have used that one. Board responding quickly, though. Smoke not allowing him to make any play immediately. And Kettering going to settle into their positions. Pot shots through the smoke from Shaq. Lowering Board's HP. 3v5 here for Troy. B1 taking Squiddy and Spectre simultaneously. Board getting 1 there. But Jawa going to take Board out there. Looks like Board did kind of catch where Jaw was playing based off of where that ult was coming from, but not really able to react off of it. And again, still, despite the fact that he could have got that kill, would have been in a 1v3 situation, pushing through that C long, not really going to be great for him. And of course, B1 getting those 2 consecutive picks. I mean, really, what we could see there, more than anything, is a continuation of that C side flood. Kettering absolutely taking advantage of Troy's lack of response to that seaside hold. And of course now putting 2 here, playing a bit further up. Not really anymore, though. Ricky looking like he was going to play on this C side. Not any longer. It's always fun to see the team. Squiddy going to get one here. Get the opening pick for Troy. Playing this head glitch here. Garrett going to push in. 16 HP. Squiddy getting another one, though. And looking like they might have already taken full control here of this B side. But no. Not like it matters. Troy flawlessly eliminating Kettering here on this first attacking round for them. Absolutely amazing. Always great to get your pistol round won. But as I was saying beforehand, of course, we saw a really good round there by Troy to be able to flood that B side. Squiddy getting 3 picks there in the round. Really good for him. But overall, it's always fun to see kind of how a team who attacks a site really well, how they choose to defend it. And again, as I was stating, 2 playing near this C side here for Kettering. Looking like Troy's going to try their luck here on this C side push. B1 looking like he may want to play that close side there with the shotgun. Garrett going to walk up. Squiddy also getting aggressive, walking through the smoke. Ricky getting 2. Koiva going to trade him off. Bad for Troy there, letting Ricky get 2 kills with the Bucky. Playing very aggressively, walking through a smoke. Koiva going to be able to eliminate Shaq, though. Still, now Kettering having B1 still play on that entrance with the shotgun in hand. 2 now rotating to that A side, not allowing Troy to take it for free. The only place really open now is that B side, but that B side take would allow for an easy rotation from all the Kettering players. Now, regardless of that, it is an even man count. Board here at full HP, Koiva nearly. And definitely the gun advantage here. Very slow, waiting on the takes here. Board going to get 1. And trading off.
30 seconds left.
Koiva there is Spectre. Good opening pick there, getting on site by Board, allowing them to be able to get that spike down. And now we just kind of have to see what response B1 has here for Troy. Getting tracked there by Spectre's drone. Putting the turret up, though, not really going to allow Troy to just walk at him. B1, though, as I say that, going to start walking at Spectre and Board playing that sewer position. Now, again, that's a bit unwinnable for B1 there, playing stacked up in that sewer section is not really going to allow him to freely take it. And really well played there by Troy, especially going up into that C long for a time there. It looked really bad for Troy. Ricky getting 2 essentially free picks walking through the smoke there on C long. Koiva trading it away, though. And then again, Koiva continuing to get picks as the round continued forward. And then that retake, really well played. B1 jump peeking here, trying to get some information off of where we might be playing. Jawa, Michigan man, still going to be playing at A side. Looking like they may rotate, though, through this B. Curious to see where they may stay. Bulldog in hand. Board going to continue playing this position. And B1 continuing to just tease him, it seems. Going to continue jumping here, but not really commit to any kind of peek. Squiddy with the bandit. Going to be walking up to this B site entrance. Jawa aware of his positioning now. About getting a pick there. Or a shot off. Jawa now going to take Squiddy out. Koiva also going down by Ricky. Going and occupying that position there on C. Very patient here by Troy, despite the fact down on man count, not really rushing their play style.
Back in a flash.
Peeking there, using his dash. Spectre going to get 1 there. 30 seconds on the clock for Troy. Going to have to make a move quick here. Down by 1 in man count. B1 going to come around that backside, take Garrett off the board. Michigan man, while playing this garage, Troy not really going to mind him any attention. Though peeking just at the right time to take Spectre down. Ford going to have to rush to get this plant down. 11 HP, B1 finishing him off though. Unfortunate there. If Spectre had been able to get through that smoke there and not really allow Michigan Man to do much, it definitely could have given Troy the opportunity to plant with that cover and get the round win there. But regardless of that, Kettering is going to take that round from Troy. Just get early picks taken off the board there. We saw Koiva taken out by Ricky. Board playing that early C long position. Koiva going and occupying it after he had left. Ricky coming along, taking him out. And then following Spectre's pick there early on B site, Garrett also going to have gone down there. Because B1 wrapping around that backside, going through that C long. Again, knowing when you can take space is always going to be the best kind of information you can have. Playing really close here, Shaq. Spectre aware of the potential of an aggressive play here by Shaq. Not going to get too antsy though. Waiting and seeing what he may do. Shaq most definitely not going to leave that position until he knows Spectre has rotated away. An engagement to ensue here. Shaq going to take Spectre, who was not looking for him. And very slowly creeping around this B-side entrance. Seeing if he can find somebody just walk up into his line of sight and allow a free pick, but not going to happen. Ford still playing the C long. Getting a bit of damage done on KJ. And going to now walk up. Using that teleport to get out of harm's way. Looking like Troy may have a free A side here to take. Yeah, it most certainly will. Board now going to play for that rotation. Ricky going to take him out though. 3v5 for Troy. Occupying this heaven position. Now all Troy has to do is hunker down. Garrett going to get one. Needed that. And flooding from essentially every direction. Koiva able to get one back, making the man count even here. Another one.
Last player standing.
Squiddy all on his own in a 1v2 situation. Making it a 1v1. Playing ring around the rosy. And Squiddy going to finish the job there.
My ult's ready.
Troy playing 3v5 down. Getting put in a 1v2 situation. Squiddy. That will not stop him. Clutching the round there. Very, very, very nerve-wracking seeing Ricky and Squiddy wrap around those boxes together. Who was going to peek who first? Get that pick. Squiddy, despite taking damage, calm aim allowed him to get that kill. And very, very well played for Troy to be able to go get on that A side and take it essentially for free, knowing that they were able to. And then Koiva, of course, getting those opening picks early. Looking like Garrett might have been flashed there by Squiddy, and also B1 taking board out on that C long. About time that something happened around there. Typically that B or that C long, we don't see a whole lot of action except for H1 kind of just jumping around the boxes. Koiva playing here on the B door again. Troy seeming to always want to put somebody here, looking for a rotation through the spawn. Garrett going to get taken out there. Squiddy now playing quick, flashing himself. Able to take Shaq off the board, but Ricky will trade him away.
Last player standing.
Now Jawa going to take Spectre off the board. Koiva having to come through the sewer. Not able to do anything there. And pretty quickly did Troy fall, especially Garrett. Squiddy attacking site similarly, or at the similar time. Squiddy unfortunately flashing himself upon the entry. So going to dehabilitate him. And while he got the pick on Chat, getting traded off immediately, had he not flashed himself there, we may be able to see 2-3 picks potentially. Squiddy definitely in a very good position there. But alas, Troy will not win that round, going now score 7-10. Troy, though, we will look and see 4 ults. The Viper ult, only one up for Kettering. And everybody deciding to play together this round. Ricky going to play tucked. Michigan going to play that pixel angle. Getting a pick there. Ricky, though, playing the door position, getting everybody down board. getting 2 quickly here in a 1v3 situation, though 25 HP. What can you really do? And Shaq will finish the job there, getting bored down. And I mean, Ricky playing on that door, I was a bit worried about it if Troy would check it. They didn't. Michigan getting that early pick there through the pixel angle. And Troy flooding the door, seemingly without a second thought, allowing Ricky to make full use of that position. Getting 3 picks consecutively there. Board trading him away, but not quick enough.
Make me proud.
And not a ratio that's going to even out the man count. So unfortunately, Troy there, not able to quite get it done.
Who's next?
Shaq taking Spectre down here.
Down A.
Squiddy with this dimensional rift in hot pursuit, though.
I'm back.
Going to take this hell position.
You should run.
Playing together here. Board and Squiddy playing this backside. The Killjoy going to go down. And no Salva ult to take it off the board. So going to simply have to wait for it. Kettering. Ricky going to take Koiva down there. Squiddy going to occupy his position. Board with him. And Garrett going to be watching from A long. Though flooding the site very effectively. Garrett getting 1, Michigan getting 2. Garrett 1v3 situation for him. Ricky there going to finish Garrett off.
Go, go, go.
And not quite able to get it done there. Shaq finishing off the defuse. And again, it looks early rounds. There's a lot of hope early in the round. Seems like Troy definitely has it under control.
Match point.
And even in situations where they don't have it under control, they're good at putting themselves in positions to win. They're just not closing it out effectively every single time, which isn't going to happen every single time. But again, it'd be nice to see a few more of these rounds be put into Troy's favor. But a common trend I'm seeing these last couple of rounds is the early pick, the opening pick going to Kettering.
Placing alarm bot.
And when you are having to push into guys holding angles, that's never going to be good for you. You don't have as many bodies to trade away.
Sentry.
So again, always at a disadvantage it feels Troy here. Squiddy and Koiva going to push Ricky here, playing that garage position. Not looking quite in the right direction. Smoke going down.
Scatter.
Ricky going to fall back here though. Garrett getting aggressive. Koiva while taking out B1. Ricky trading away 2. Squiddy getting another one. Ricky taking board down. Getting caught reloading. Ricky 2v2 situation here for Troy with the spike in hand.
Here.
Aware of where Kettering is going to try to take from. Now it's a matter of just who can win these gunfights. Joan pinging him there. Squiddy not able to get the kill. Getting 1v1 situation for Spectre. Getting it done! Spectre 1v1 situation once again. I will say Troy does have that clutch factor tonight. Just looking back here, of course, that 1v1 for Spectre. 1v2 clutch for Squiddy. And at one point, that 3v5 that Squiddy had been that Troy had been put into before Squiddy's clutch. Really, really good so far. That clutch factor definitely here for Troy. That ability, when it does definitely seem lost, to be able to get the job done and definitely executing effectively there. Ricky getting those 2 quick picks there once Troy started taking the site on C. Didn't matter to them though. Now we see Jawa holding this long angle. Garrett going to push into it. 10 HP to his name now though. Not a great look. And a lot of Kettering players in that midsection. Looking like they're going to be in hot pursuit of Koiva. Not able to get a pick there on Shaq. Squiddy occupying the space. And the floodgates opening there. Troy going down 3-4 now. Board able to get a pick, but not enough. And through the smoke walks Ricky, taking out Squiddy. And that will lose Troy's second game of the night, bringing Troy's record to 2-2. Unfortunate for Troy there. But honestly, put up an absolutely amazing fight. I will give it to them. Looking at this, I knew Ricky was going to have an absolutely immaculate game. I didn't say it during the game, but I will say it now. You could just see over the course of the game, looking at the kill cam, absolutely on fire Ricky was. You love to see that for Kettering. Looking at Jawa here, 14 and 14. Really, yeah. Looking at the rest of Kettering, very evenly distributed in terms of kill. 14 and 14 for Jawa, 14 and 13 for Shaq. B1, 11 and 11, and Michigan Man, 12 and 12. So 3 Kettering players breaking even. Shaq going positive, but Ricky going absolutely ballistic. And just everything about what he did this game. His economy rating, amazing. Even got a plant down, 3 first bloods. But that's what you will notice, despite not these amazing kill statistics here for Shaq Attack. And when I say amazing, I'm comparing it to Ricky. These are still very good stats. 5 first bloods, 4 for Michigan. Those are stats you really, really like to see here. Garrett, 13 and 16, getting 2 first bloods. Not an amazing game for Troy in terms of the KEDA ratios. Regardless, though, putting up a good fight and a lot of clip-worthy clutches here